Getting to 30 by Renzulli Learning. Remember when you were going to school? What kind of technology was being used there? Film strips, VHS, laser discs as big as your head? Probably nothing that really sticks out as cutting-edge technology anymore. Well, think about your students and what kinds of technology they'll be using when they're all grown up. It's hard to imagine how obsolete even today's most advanced technologies might seem just 10 or 20 years from now. And it's your job to get them ready for that day, when they'll graduate and enter the technological world of the future. And you have to get them ready for tomorrow's technology by using today's technology. But your own access to today's technology may be limited. You may have to compete for space and time in a computer lab. And although you might have a few computers tucked away in the back of your classroom, you've got to be so focused on your required curriculum that it's hard to carve out much time to get your students using them. You might find it difficult to work out how you can get each of your students on the computer at all. You might be inclined to just give up or start using those computers for other things. And this is a problem. Just because you've only got 2 or 3 computers shouldn't mean no one gets to use any computers. Ideally, every student should be able to access the computer for at least 30 minutes a week for engaging, enriching content that motivates them to grow in their technology and reading skills. That does not mean online worksheets and drill and practice programs that just make the computer boring. It does mean virtual field trips, learning games, online activities, and ebooks that make the required curriculum engaging. So how do we get there? How do we get every kid that baseline 30 minutes a week if there are only a few computers available? Well, here are some tips. Use small group instruction. You can group students by a common skill level or by common interest, expression styles, or learning styles. Allow groups to carousel on and off the computers. Set and reinforce clear expectations for the whole class on how students should behave when on the computers before they begin. Be sure students understand what tasks they should be completing while on the computers and what they need to do immediately after their turn is up. When beginning a new unit, designate a research team of students to get on the computer and research some aspect of the upcoming unit. Multiple teams can get smart on other aspects of the unit and then report out on their findings. Put students in pairs. Ideally, every student has their own computer time, but in a pinch, a pair can get a lot done. You can pair students by common skills and interests, or mix it up. Set up a schedule so that no computer is ever empty except lunch and recess. And even then, be flexible to allow students extra time if they choose. But no drinks by the computer. Find your expert squad. Identify those students who are tech savvy and designate them as your expert helpers while you focus on the rest of the class. Be sure they know the difference between helping and doing it themselves. Devise a silent help system for students to call the teacher that is subtle and not intrusive. You can sit a stuffed animal on top of the computer or use a sign or any other silent means of communication. Talk to your colleagues at your next staff meeting about what they do to manage the classroom and how they use computers to enrich the curriculum. Be creative. There's no end to the online resources available to your students, so there's no end to the possible ways you can use technology to engage students and bring the curriculum to life. With careful planning and a little creativity, getting each of your students to 30 minutes a week of online enrichment is an achievable goal, and the best way to get them prepared for the world of tomorrow.